I don't know where to begin, why to begin. I mean, in the past, when you lost someone, you really lost them. Then came photographs and then films, ways to allow you to be with a dear one. Then they invented the neuron cortex, a small injection at birth into the brain. The liquid forms on top of the skull and beams whatever brainwaves are sent from either the external data source or the internal one, a small chip stuck on the hand, which within a few days disappears beneath the skin and can store billions of files, music, video, anything you like. I could easily bring up everything I know and have of Peterson, my friend. Could even set my brain to imagine he was still alive and talking right in front of me, and I would be wide awake as if it was real, all at the touch of a thought. I mean, it has its advantages. Beam from any device, all the works of Dickens, Shakespeare, anyone who's ever written, a language, an ideology, a thought, a dream from someone else, stored up overnight, everything you've ever dreamed about, everything anyone ever thought of, all able to be experienced by every human being born. But right now, I wish I could switch mine off. Truth is, I only have to stop myself thinking about it, and I won't activate. It won't activate. But it's so easy to just want to have him here. I wouldn't have to suffer the pain of suffering, the loss. Could just think about him whenever I want, and there my dear friend Peterson would appear, as if he was still with us, alive. I could even program my memory to forget that he ever died, and I could experience him without any pain. But yes, it's him, and it's based on what I remember and anything I got from him. But is it really him anymore? It's more like him than him. But in reality it's not. And I think that makes it even more worse. What now is mankind but a set of thoughts in another man's mind? And all I can remember is the time of his death, that hideous creature he had become. I could easily wipe it away, but it's the last memory of my friend. And as funny as it sounds, they were the most deepest, when his scared, petrified eyes connected with mine. How he chose to spend his time looking towards me in his hour of need, as he was consumed. He didn't blink, didn't move, just stayed looking towards me. But there must have been some kind of comfort, and that long stare is etched in my memory, like no other moment. And yet, it is probably the shortest, most painful. He knew it was the end, and so did I. And that last glance said it all about our friendship. He could have easily, if he still had the capacity, could have accessed his neuron cortex, and he could have lived a dream whilst he died. Yet he chose to bear the pain, so we could have our final goodbye. Check completed, sounded a computer voice. But what makes it worse is this. A file he transmitted before his death, when exactly I would be able to tell when I watch it, if I watch it. Why he didn't transmit it straight to me, I don't know. Maybe he was afraid it might be infected by the organism that took him over. But he was afraid I wouldn't accept it. On that very reason, he'd be right. So he sent it to the computer, where I could run a check on it, and the checks come back safe. Now all I had to do is plug up the courage to open it and see what happened outside the capsule, what happened to my friend, Noel Peterson.